My family's interesting because my son Miles is my stepson. He's autistic, but I didn't come along until I think he was about 10 years old, and I had married his mom, Laurel. So uh, it was an interesting combination getting to know a young man with autism, and he's a high functioning um, a child and now an adult of 28. But at the time, I remember thinking, the word that came to mind was nerdy, because he um, he had lost all of his speech, according to what I'm told, when he was 2.5 years old. He had gone through all the paces of the developmental disability school at Rutgers. He eventually, over time, regained all of that speech, and he advanced quite far. But there was all these residual effects of being autistic. I remember when I met him, he was 10 years old. He was obsessed with Pokemon. He wore nothing but orange clothing. He would eat only grilled cheese sandwiches. And me, as a stepfather, never having encountered this, found this strange. And I understood the disability, but it also made me feel like I needed to sort of approach him in a different way than perhaps my own kids. So I was a little forceful with him about certain things, with his diet and his clothing. I made him try a lot of new things, and I think that over time, it really helped him. For example, today he'll eat anything in sight. I mean, it's not just grilled cheese sandwiches today. He'll eat a complete plate of anything you put in front of him, except for maybe tofu. He's no longer the nerdy kid without any friends, who he was back in, the fourth or fifth grade. He has all sorts of friends that he hangs out with. He's got a social life that keeps him out pretty much 5, 6 nights a week. Relationships with romantic relationships are tough for him. I don't think he knows how to necessarily approach people that way that he's interested in. I can't speak in the same vein that his natural father could, but when you're raising a boy and you're a man, you have these expectations or these thoughts or dreams of him doing the sorts of things that you did when you were a kid, whether it's playing Little League baseball or Pop Warner football or enjoying fishing, all those kinds of guy things that you always imagined you would do with your son. And when autism is at play, a lot of times, obviously, the young man just isn't interested in those things. He's either, nonverbal or non-communicative in many ways, or he has interests that are much more self-involved, I guess. Get prepared, if you're new to the autism journey, for a lot of fits and starts and a lot of setbacks, but secure in the knowledge that those setbacks will, if you are consistent with that young person, be overcome over time. That people with autism learn, they succeed, they gain advancement in life. It's just that they often do it at a slower pace, and but when they get there, it's all the more rewarding, not only for them but you as a parent.